every time I put a take out into the world, I definitely expect people to disagree with me, some people to agree with me. But a lot of the time what surprises me is the way in which people disagree most of the time. Sometimes agree too, but a lot of the time people go really hard if they do not agree with your take about something. Of course that happened with my video on Crimson Desert because I said straight up, I don't like the game. Now, one thing I want y'all to keep in mind, in that video, I did not say Crimson Desert was a bad game, nor did I say that you were stupid or a bad gamer for even liking the game. Ultimately, video game is an art, and I think that's the coolest part about art. The fact that somebody could love something so much and somebody could not like it at all. I think just the concept of that is really cool, and it's what makes us humans and what makes us all unique individuals. Anyway, in this video, I want to go through some of the comments people said about my Crimson Desert take and kind of clarify some things. The first comment that I want to talk about was people who disagree with me and said I was rage baiting or I'm just dumb. First, for the rage baiting comment. Look, I don't get anything out of rage baiting you. Well, I guess I do, because if you rage bait, that might incline you to more interact with the video. I get it. It's a tactic that some creators have used. That has never been me, bro. I'm never gonna just say I don't like something just for the sake of engagement. It's just not my style and never something that I even really thought about doing. Second, for the people who said I was dumb, you know, that's like really mean, bro. That actually kind of hurt my feelings, twin. Y'all think I'm dumb? Obviously, I'm just kidding. I'm never gonna let a comment on the internet bother me, especially one about a take I had about a game. And just for the people who do think that I am dumb, I just want to remind you, I am about to graduate college, cum laude, in biology. So for the people who call me dumb, did you pass organic chemistry? No? Oh. Probably keep your opinion to yourself next time. All jokes aside, bro, just because somebody does not agree with you does not mean they're dumb. Maybe they just saw it differently than you. Now, obviously, if you're looking at a shirt and the shirt is objectively green and they say, no, this shirt is blue, person might be a little off. But for a source of media that is ultimately subjective, anybody's opinion can never be dumb. And also, I want to remind y'all, everybody's opinion can never objectively be right. And that goes for anything, video games, music, TV shows, anime, whatever it may be. I'm sure there has been other sources of media like music, like I was just saying. I'm sure in your life there has come a song where you absolutely love it and everybody around you hates it. That's because, once again, these things are ultimately subjective. So yeah, food for thought. If anybody does disagree with you, please don't call them dumb. You might hurt their feelings just like y'all did. All right, man, not cool, man. Y'all made me cry, man. All right, one comment that I want to highlight says, this looks like a fake game you'd see on ads. I knew this game would be mixed when I learned the only other game this dev team made was an online MMO. It's basically just an offline version of an MMO, all grind without very much payoff. I actually think this is a valid take because if you don't know, Pearl Abyss's previous game to Crimson Desert was Black Desert. And that's why I was actually kind of skeptical on the game before it released too. Something about the game just seemed really like it was too good to be true. Now, was I still excited for the game? Yes, because I hope everything that they promised would end up coming into fruition. But honestly, in my opinion, they just weren't able to like deliver on that promise. Someone said, I wish I would have saw your review before I bought this game. I feel like all the people that I watch are a bunch of liars. Thanks for the video, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's like I said, even if another creator disagrees with me, I don't think that means they're lying, because they may have enjoyed the game. Like I said, there are people who enjoy this. Do I understand it? No, because I don't like it, but I can never be in their brain to see why they like it. And as small as the audience may be for the example I gave, I really feel like this game is just content for the sake of content. There is a person in the world who wants to do exactly that with this game. So yes, again, why I may not understand it, I can't call them a liar for liking the game or saying the game is great, because it might be in their eyes. Someone said, agreed. People I can't talk. Maybe I am dumb. People circle jerking around this game. What is circle jerking? Yeah, I know. Hold on. Let me look up what that is. Oh, I don't even know how that relates to this. I ain't gonna lie, that is probably some of the most zestiest stuff you could do. But anyway, let's move on from that point. Around this game and acting like the problems are no big deal is sending a bad message. Also, the way they developed this game as a joke can't support its own principle. Yes and no, I agree. A lot of people are literally acting like the problems with the game, they're making excuses for them, to say the least. Like, even I had a part talking about how I didn't like the story. I didn't feel like the story made sense. And I talked about this on another short, but I said the person told me that I was supposed to use deductive reasoning for the parts of the game that didn't make sense. The thing about using deductive reasoning is that there has to be some substance to lead you to a conclusion. For example, in my previous video, I referred to how in Red Dead Redemption 2, Dutch Vanderland and Plomo Driscoll, they have a scene where Dutch says, "I'm sorry about your brother," and Combs says, "I'm sorry about Annabelle."
I am sorry about your brother.
Yeah, well, I never liked him much.
I liked Annabelle.
They never in that scene say Dutch murked Combs' brother or Combs killed Dutch's love interest. But yes, them saying sorry about what happened to him will lead you to believe that they probably had some sort of involvement with their death. That is good use of deductive reasoning. But in a game like Crimson Desert, where they literally do not explain how we got here, you can't use deductive reasoning for that, which was my main point. I'm not saying that they had to over-explain everything. You don't have to explain how we met the Gray Manes, or you even give the Blackbeards or Black Blades, I forgot the name, this whole backstory and whole prologue episode. But even something as small as one line can do a whole lot for the story and do a whole lot for your headcanon. Another good example of this is in Skyrim. You start on the wagon. They say they caught you at the border, now you're in prison with Gopher Stormcloak. Now, admittedly, Skyrim also does use this as a vehicle for the player to introduce their own headcanon, because obviously in Skyrim you could pick different races, you could pick different armors, different skill sets. It's a whole lot of things you could do. So you could create your player almost essentially from scratch. But my point in saying that is that it doesn't have to be something that's super out there. It just has to be the slightest hint of something, and not just, oh, I haven't seen you in a while, let's fight.
Cliff, long time, miss me? Northern, pathetic. I expected better from the so-called protectors of Payloon. Bunch of throwing your lives away.
Watch your words, Jordan.
There's that Greyman spirit. But look around you. I'm the one who decides your fate. Grab him.
That tells me nothing about the character. A good way that they could have improved it is maybe even in that opening scene where Cliff is talking to the Grey Manes. They could be like, "Oh, Cliff, you've been with us since this time." Now, that might not like completely explain what's going on, but at least I know that Cliff has been here for a while. Or just even saying something like, "Oh, you haven't been the same since this occurred." You now kind of start to understand that these people have a real bond and have gone through real things together, instead of it just being implied. A lot of people are saying it is as good as RDR2 and even better in Sanity. I'm not gonna lie, bro. In my opinion, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best game to ever come out. Just mechanically, the environment and world they built, I think they did a great job. Like I said, ultimately that opinion is subjective and I will not understand it, but I 100% do not think Crimson Desert can even be mentioned in the same conversation as a Red Dead Redemption 2. I actually despise the type of individuals who genuinely enjoy this game, low tier normies with no sense of standards, and the type of dudes who will just play anything new. Now, I will be honest, I get where you're coming from, but I don't think Crimson Desert falls into that category. There's a lot of fluff, and ultimately that's what caused me to not like the game. But I think the type of gamer you're referring to me, is more like somebody who just buys 2K and Madden every year and thinks they're a real deal gamer.
Bro, did you see that new 2K trailer? They literally just copy and pasted the same trash game.
For real, bro, it looks ass.
We definitely not buying that shit. Yo, could I get that new 2K? Yeah, I got you, bro. Just give me a sec. Here you go, the brand new 2K. Sweet.
Which is why we have coined a whole new phrase, ball and gun gamer. The people who buy 2K over and over again and complain about it every year, I don't understand you at all. Especially if you are literally complaining about it. Now, if you actually seem like you like 2K, I guess I can understand. But if you like literally get it and don't like it every year, what are you doing with yourself? Someone said refunded, bought again, regretted it. He left a much longer comment than that, but the thing I would ask you is, why did you refund it and buy it again? Don't get me wrong, I definitely have taken games back and then later picked them up again. But the only question I have is not a lot of time has passed for you to like buy it again. Usually if I pick up a game again, it's gonna be like probably years later when it's deep on sale. If you refunded the game and you didn't like it, don't buy it twice. There's probably a reason you didn't like it the first time. Someone else says saying the game is confusing definitely shows your hand. Yeah, I don't understand like how me saying it's confusing is showing my hand. Do you think I had some hidden agenda for the game? Like, bro, if you watched the original gameplay footage, I clearly was super excited for it. I didn't go into Crimson Desert wanting to dislike it. Don't forget, I spent $70 just like you. So I'm not one of those game reviewers who got a review code and just wanted to get a good takeout. I actually bought the game because I was interested in the game and wanted it to be good and thought it was going to be good and something I like. And to further address the confusing narrative, I don't care what anybody says. There's no way that you could tell me that you actually know what's going on in the game, because once again, there's no subtle hints. They just don't explain stuff, and that's ultimately what just made me disconnect from it. Someone said I'm 20 hours in, it doesn't get good. That was a big argument that I was hearing, that you have to play like 10 hours and then the game gets good after that. Even if the game did get good after 10 hours, I'm not playing the game for 10 hours for it to get good. Now, if I had to play like an hour, 2 hours, that's fine. But bro, I'm not wasting a whole day just so I can enjoy it later. There are too many games out here that you have fun instantly in for me to do that. A dev said there was no story till last minute. I can honestly believe this. And the reason I say that is because I've seen videos where they say in later parts of the story are scenes where the NPC will refer to you as they, because you have like 2 switchable characters, I believe, when you get later in the story. So they don't know what gender that you are. And I think the fact that they didn't do the simple thing of saying, oh, he or she, means that they did not think it out very far in ahead. Yes, that is extra work. That's not a huge difference to make in a dialogue selection. I think every other RPG known to mankind has gender differences in dialogue. So if they were thinking ahead, that's definitely something they could have pulled off. Oh, I like this comment. Somebody said, don't buy this game. It's so bad. The game has sold 3 million copies in just 5 days. For comparison, Expedition 33 sold 3 million in 33 days. I want to tell y'all something right now. Just because a game sold well does not mean it's a good game. 2K sells great every year. That's why they don't fix it. And I think most people will be in agreement that 2K has not done anything revolutionary in a long time. I think it's a very flawed argument to bring up game sales as justification for the game being good. Somebody commented, bro, you're trying to find your friends. I'm trying to find my friends. You think I'm trying to find my friends on the internet? Wait, hold on 1 second.
I noticed when you feel 12 minutes early.
No. Look, but Loki had to ask you a question though. I was doing a YouTube video and somebody commented on my last video and said I was trying to find my friends. Did I have to go to the internet to find you? Like, did I have to post a YouTube video to be friends with you? Oh, yeah. Call you back after I finish filming this. Yeah, I didn't have to post YouTube videos to find friends. Someone also said you're probably bad at the game, that's why you think it sucks. This game is a single player game, and I understand, like, hypothetically you could be bad at a single player game, but I was having absolutely no problem going through this game. Now, one game that did low-key do that to me was Elden Ring, because I ain't gonna stint. I was not the best Elden Ring player, nor did I feel like going up the learning curve to figure out how to play the game. But I will say the difference is, even though I wasn't that good at Elden Ring, the time I spent in it, I actually did still enjoy, for sure. So no, it's not because I'm bad at the game, nor did I even struggle with the game, to be honest. That was just a few of the comments that I wanted to highlight. I'm not gonna go through everybody's comments because Y'all left a lot of them, but I did want to address a few other things that I seen. Look, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment how you felt about Crimson Desert, or comment. And look, I just want to clarify, bro, if you agree with my takes, I love you, twin. And if you disagree with my takes, it's still all love, bro. Thank y'all for clicking on the video today. Hope y'all have a blessed one. See y'all next time.